Welcome back to Mega Pony. We only have 3 left because we're going by Mega Man 1 rules, even though these are Mega Man 2 technical sprites.
Mega Man 1 rules, were there only 6 in Mega Man 1?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's thematic. If they added 2 more, obviously we know who one of them. I guess the last one would be Spike. They'd make Spike a boss.
Yeah, but then they'd have to take Spike out of the rarity level because he helps you.
Yeah, that's not too difficult.
But just like to keep out of the theme, like I think they'd all be ponies. If anything, they'd be one of the. Instead of like, if this were to, well, no, because that wouldn't make any sense. I was thinking like, maybe it'd be Celestia and Luna.
No, that seems way too much. Maybe Toilet's brothers? Or
Oh
Big
yeah,
Mac,
Shiny.
maybe?
No, Big Mac's too minor.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have an odd number of main characters.
Nah, Cadence couldn't work either. Still too minor.
And also too powerful. We're not
You
finding.
say that, but
I guess
there's
Twilight
always.
would be too powerful as well. Oh,
Yeah.
Trixie, obviously.
Oh, yeah, because well, yeah, I guess Trixie would be the best
Yeah,
candidate after
she's meme.
Starlight.
I'm sure she's returned.
Yeah, she has. She's Starlight's best friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's definitely a retcon.
It's a. Wait, retcon?
Was that
No,
always?
she's now Starlight's best friend.
Okay.
It's
So
like it was a weird decision, but I love it.
so she's just like a regular character now.
Well, not a regular character. She just shows up more, due to it. Like during the time where changelings took over all the kingdoms, it was Starlight left, and so she immediately went to Trixie because Trixie was just stuck in her little tent, her magic tent hunt that wasn't outside.
So does she like live in town now?
Sort of.
Okay. Well, yeah. Um, I had something to mention coming into this, but I don't remember what it is. Hopefully,
Okay.
those Facebook notifications are coming through my earphones and not picking up in the recording.
Oh, they probably are, knowing my luck. And hopefully the recording isn't being affected by anything like that.
Nah.
Man, remember back in the day, during when we originally did Mega Man and we had like at least 3 recording problems each time.
Yeah, I'm thinking Mega Man 1 compared to this is really thematic. We're probably a lot worse at it as well. Forceful and
Probably.
garbage.
We totally were.
Sometimes I go back to listen to Mega Man 1 and then I get like a minute in and I stop and I'm like, oh, this is terrible.
Well, of course, we're always going to have those specific video because most people, when you stop flipping, most people will have at least one cringe video that they put on.
I mean,
Or
I'm
at
sure
least a
everyone
set.
starts so terribly. Not everyone,
Yeah.
because there are some people who are just magic and incredibly talented.
Yep. Well, Dan Plan didn't start out with what he was doing, so but his early videos, once he started doing what is basically, oh no, they're immune. What is basically his shtick now, with putting his friends in crazy situations, and giving them hypothetical choices and all that stuff. It's just like, even I think the first video he did it, even when the art wasn't like that good, it was still a good video. So once he got to that format, things were just great from there.
Okay. So you said Dan Plan, and I was
Yes.
thinking of Dan TM or whatever, that gamer dude that always has awful thumbnails. I'm thinking, oh, you watch him? Okay, that's interesting. And I'm
I
like,
have no
oh,
idea
wait
who
a
you're
second.
talking about, but okay.
Like, if you go into the gaming channel on YouTube, you will see evil, pure evil.
Alright.
I saw you damage boosting there.
Wait, you're. How far are you? Because you said that a little bit before it actually started.
Interesting.
How did you mess it up? We had a 3, 2, 1 countdown and then 5 seconds every single time.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, we're in the middle of the boss fight now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm assuming you just died.
Wait, what? No, I'm still here. In the boss. Now I just died.
Okay, so I am way further ahead than I thought.
Alright, just like hold on for a little bit, I guess.
Okay, I'll pause for like 2 seconds.
Alright.
Okay.
Now, I don't remember why I'm not trying to Pony Buster or whatever. I guess it's Mega Man, Mega Buster, so it's still Mega Buster.
Oh, so you really just is I guess, yeah.
But
so
the thing
where
is
does
that I
Mega Man
eventually...
work? What is he like a royal soldier or something, or is he just like, I'll just do this?
I'm not actually sure, but don't worry. Just like I think after I really just didn't want to die and go through the level again, so I
Did
decided.
you just win?
Look, yes. So just like I decided, all right, I'm going to beat her with her weakness now, and then during the inevitable boss fight, I'll Mega Buster her only, so I can keep the rule technically.
So are you now in? Did you just save?
I'm pressing save now, and I'm going to the
gosh,
station.
am I still so far ahead?
How? Okay, I'm at the shops thing. I haven't selected it yet. What am I doing?
You just went into the shop.
Right now, shop. Yes.
Okay, maybe we're a bit closer together than we thought.
Let's just.
I'll tell you when you exit the shop.
Okay. And of course, the best thing to get here, other than just like the E-tanks, would be unlocking the charge shot.
You just left.
I just left now.
So what's that?
So like 2 more seconds or something.
Is that like playing as Mega Man?
I forget. I think so. But it's the kind. I think it's more one of those like very expensive cosmetic changes that why would you do that anywhere normally? Kind of like changing Rose clothes.
Pinkie Pie be the last person? I know for memes or something, but clearly Twilight Sparkle.
Look, I was just going along, and just like I didn't have. I'm not even going by weakness ordered or anything. I'm just choosing.
You should be choosing them by who's the best, which means you'd end with rarity.
Yeah, and then I'd get Rarity's really powerful. And then I'd get Rarity's really useful shield thing last, you jerk.
That's a good point.
Unfortunately, Twilight, due to being all smart and stuff, has set up this entire place with convoluted traps that require timing.
Has this seems even more active than regular Mega Man levels. Except for like 6.
Remember, they're not going for they're going for just like Mega Man in terms of style. They're not necessarily just saying, hey, we're doing this in the style of Mega Man 1 or whatever. Just in the style of classic Mega Man, and they're just working from there.
Mm-hmm.
But with all the spikes and stuff, it reminds me of Nightman stage.
You'd think that well, actually, I guess it's thematic that a Mega Man fan game is the first fan game we've done. But you'd think a Sonic fan game would be
the Sonic fan. The thing is with the Sonic fan game is that I always was scared of the Chaos Emerald requirements because I don't think people will be complete jerks, but I want to get the true ending.
Oh, that's cool. This is like Portal.
Yeah. So I want to get the true ending. But the thing is that depending on how... I don't... It could be like Sonic Advance 2, where I have to do some ludicrous crap to do it or whatever. But I decided to actually look it up. And it turns out that at least for Sonic Before the sequel, all you have to do is beat the game within 2 hours. Which actually like helps with the whole speed thing. So just like extra incentive.
That's good. That's probably the reason it's done.
The thing is though, just like I think I can do. I've played enough 2D Sonic to be confident enough to do it, but the thing is with Mega Pony is simple. The only difference in most Mega Man games is like I think Street Fighter, Cross Mega Man or whatever, where you have to do something specific, like not losing certain amount of lives or not dying to a boss or something like that. Not dying to any boss in order to unlock the secret boss and something like that. So once I just realized Mega Pony was just like standard, I'm like, yeah, I've had it on my computer for a while, I might as well. Well, okay, fine, I didn't need those gems anyways. I mean, I could go back for them, but I really don't care.
Interesting.
Yes, but of course there is a simple way to do these things, and I'm not using it for some reason. The apple bucker goes through shields, but the problem is that when you use it and you kick it, another one comes out, wasting ammo. I should have used this from the beginning and not wasted like 3 apple bucker shots, because it would have taken down both the Pony Joes at once.
Pony Joes.
Oh, come on with that.
Oh, do you have to start over?
It's Mega Man, of course you have to start over.
The whole stage?
Yes, if you get a game over, that's a point.
Oh.
Did you not remember? Do you not remember how these games like go with actual punishments for game overs back in the day?
Yeah, extending the time arbitrarily.
Yeah, but what else are they supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a problem in the past. Like, I was against it, but I get the feeling that Mario's probably going to do away with lives in the next 2D game.
Well, the thing is that I want punishment. Okay, I know how that sounds, but just like I want screwing up too much to give me some sort of punishment. Some sort of punishment that actually feels like a punishment.
Yeah, it's difficult. I think it dawned on me that using this opportunity to talk about Mario Maker, I was averse to the 100 Mario challenge being replaced with the endless Mario challenge. I thought, oh, this is terrible. I'm gonna miss it. I feel like, oh, it's endless. This is worthless. But I realized that making it an endless Mario challenge, where you start with only 5 lives, means extra lives are super important. Because
yeah, like they finally have something.
I mean, extra lives are important in the 100 Mario challenge because they replenished your 100 lives. But like every single extra life you get, you have to maximize, no matter what.
Hold on, keep talking.
Yeah, you're gonna have to maximize the number of lives you get because you only have 5.
Kind of in the middle of something
which means
right now.
that at the very beginning, from the game starts, you're constantly at a disadvantage because you need as many lives as possible to continue. Okay, here.
Oh.
This right here is funny, but yeah, you need as many lives as possible since you have a limited number from the beginning and an endless amount of stages to play. So it's a bit more interesting to me than it was before. I still think I'm going to be thinking right. It should have been an option beside the other. There's no need for it to just be one or the other, I think.
Well, that reminds me of just the whole thing with Rayman. How I won't say that was one of the first, but just like one of the first notable things to me to just get rid of lives entirely, and I was kind of pissed until it turns out the game was balls hard.
Yeah, it's like in Donkey Kong Country, they can get rid of lives because lives kind of don't matter, especially in Returns and Tropical Freeze, where you can just buy lives. You'll pretty much never get a game over, so just get rid of lives. It really doesn't matter.
Why am I using the apple bucket here? Oh, it's another I don't want to die situation. Because of stats, I really hated this stage. But Twilight is really hard. because she stays in the air most of the time, and you have to constantly calculate the trajectory of the balls that she sends at you.
Oh, is that that item was so strong it transcended time. But yeah, what was I saying? 100 Mario. Yeah, so they already did away with lives in Super Mario Odyssey, which is why I'm thinking that they needed lives to be useful in Mario Maker because they needed a reason for people to put extra lives in their stages. So I get that. But in they also made coins useful in this as well, since you need coins in the single player mode to actually buy. You actually need coins in the single player mode. I don't know how they're going to make coins useful. Oh, well, yeah, there's a clear condition where you need X amount of coins to beat the stage.
But
so
finally, should have been in there from the beginning.
That was basically, they just took it from Mario Maker 3DS, basically.
Wait, that was in Mario Maker 3DS?
Yeah, all the single player levels had medals, and each medal was tied to a clear condition. And so basically they just took them wholesale.
Oh.
Just like, instead of just making it only us, players can do it too.
Well, alright, that's cool. But yeah, back to this. That guy was not expecting Twilight to be like hard. This is giving me Wily 7 flashbacks with how the balls track you and you have to trick it into going into places that you can.
Yeah, this seems hard
through.
Because she seems to disappear from the first hit. So you basically have to prime yourself to be turning to actually hit her where she's going to end up.
Yeah, and and just like if you're at the side when she does that, just like boom, she's there now. You took damage. She rarely comes while she's doing her main attack. She rarely comes down into firing distance.
This is definitely a you need to use her weakness type deal.
Well, no, you need to use some advanced smarts.
What would her weakness even be?
Her weakness is a stare. Makes her lose focus.
I guess that makes sense, because I was thinking how she's so powerful. Her weakness is definitely not going to be apples.
But yes, it's playing on her neuroses. Which I'm sort of glad that... Well, I'm not glad that anyone has neuroses, but I mean like how they play with it in the show. You'd think that it would just be her learning the same lesson over and over again, but the thing is that this is like a multifaceted personality trait. So that it's not just, don't be neurotic.
Plus that seems like a medical condition. It doesn't seem like... It seems that this is how she is. I don't think she can just not be it.
Yeah, neuroses
she can learn to regulate it.
Neuroses is something that when you say it, people aren't sure if you mean it to the level of medical illness, to mental illness, or just a personality. I won't say deficiency, but I think you understand
trait.
The whole thing. Yeah, trait. Because it can be both, depending on the levels. But yeah, just that's why a lot of people's favorite episode is the one where she goes crazy because she doesn't have a friendship lesson for the day because she thought she had to give one every day.
I think I've seen that. Okay, so I didn't expect this.
Oh, this is deceptively... Well, of course you did. What do you mean you didn't expect this? This is about like cake and frosting. This is Pinkie Pie stuff.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
is there a
this level
place
is...
that's just cake and frosting land?
Discord could make that. He made Cloud's Rain chocolate milk and some other stuff.
Okay, because I'm thinking she could just be... I guess there was already a farm, so she can't be in the farm as well.
Unfortunately, this stage is balls hard. It's filled with spikes up the wazoo. And actual spike isn't there to help you.
And you don't have any
The spike buffer, I think I accidentally use it up. Well, I won't say accidentally, because that saves me.
No,
but
I'm saying this doesn't have whatever that dog's name is.
Oh, Rush. Yeah, no. But it, of course. But, oh, that reminds me, Mega Man Fully Charged is finished. And I really want a second season. Like, that show really came into its own and just, like, kept going.
Oh, this looks terrible.
Well, luckily we have Rarity's thing, which I am using incorrectly because I'm only shooting one at a time.
Do you
Because
ever
I'm
use
not
it
thinking-
correctly?
Yeah, I learn about using it correctly later. Thing is about Rainbow Dash's thing is that it gives you invincibility frames. Because let's put it this way: this game has Mega Man powered up bonuses basically, except you don't need to Mega Buster them only. Just like they're knocked out of the game, where you can
What
play
just
as
happened?
what?
Did I just waste all my data? Huh. Continue talking, but I'm hoping I didn't just do something silly. The recording is fine, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
I know that's what you care about.
Look, man, just like
No, I didn't. So what the okay, whatever. Let's continue.
Alright. But yeah, so the thing is that you can, after the game is over, you can play as any 6 of the ponies and go through the game with only their abilities. So basically like in Mega Man Powered Up. And they have some extra stuff that they don't have in their boss fights, because, you know, if they only had that, then traversing the stages would be kind of hard. And Rainbow Dash's things are short-range contact stuff, so she gets invincibility frames when she uses them.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I tried out Fluttershy mode, and hers is actually pretty interesting, because she can only send out... She doesn't have the stare by default. Her energy for that is at 0 by default. But the thing is that she sends out animals as attacks, just like her boss fight. But if the animals get attacked, then energy for the stare fills up. And then you can use that. So there's some strategies where you could intentionally just send them out as shields to try and get stare energy. It's pretty. So much thought was put into this game, man. So much thought.
Yeah.
I have to say that, of course, I went into this just expecting a hard experience and not really much else, because, you know, old Mega Man is hard, yeah. But I was pleasantly surprised.
This looks like a Mario Maker stage. Like a multiplayer one where
This
someone
reminds
is faced with really hard stuff on their side and their opponent has a really easy way with a bunch of enemies.
Well, no, because the other side is just like it's hard to traverse because the enemies are going up, and you'll see on the second part. But this side, because you come up and you immediately have that to deal with, while over here you at least have the leeway and you're over at the end. The reason why I'm even bothering to try and kill these guys is so I can get like some energy refills, possibly, or maybe even lives, who knows. But the thing is, it reminds me of one section from Elecman's stage, where that was divided just like this. And I forget if one of the Wild stages did that too, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sure she's gonna have some fourth wall ability.
You keep saying that, just like they can contain her dirt. Well, she did just go off screen, so I guess that's correct. But yeah, she has the party cannon.
Is there any precedent for not Rainbow Dash, for the one no one cares about?
The one no one cares about, Applejack?
Yes. Is there any precedent for Applejack having
a giant robot?
Yes.
I do not know. Maybe there's like an episode where like the farm. Also, the explosion was still going off screen. Just like where like the farm they made something to help them with the farm and got a machine that got out of control at the end of the episode.
That sounds very
Seems likely.
Especially since Twilight Sparkle went from magic student to like scientist.
Well, she was a student. She's just like very well learned, and now that she's been like given more autonomy with what she's doing, and especially now since she's the princess of friendship, she's basically doing her own stuff.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that was before, like the science stuff was before. It's like in a television show, any smart person is going to become super smart, and any dumb person is going to become a moron. And
Well,
I've
they
never seen a show where that balance was kept for the entire series.
well the thing is that they did establish from before that she was extremely well read. Like from it wasn't just like something like, oh, turns out I
I
have this
mean, yeah, it
library
didn't
just
come
sitting
out of
around.
nowhere, but it's definitely like it's like how what's his name?
I thought this was an actual natural progression, considering her, but one, her obsession, and two, her power. Add that with the knowledge thing, and just like this seemed like a natural progression. Uh,
Yeah, it's. I mean, the progression is usually gradual for all of these characters, so it's never usually it's noticeable, but never at the moment it changes. You
well, yeah,
just
but I mean
suddenly
natural, as
realize
in there's something that you could instead of it just like slowly more and more inventions like start coming into the show or whatever. Just like I can
because you
specifically
never
see
really
this
think
happening.
about the fact because you keep trying to defend this, and I'm trying to get something else before the episode ends. You never really notice at the point where AJ's room suddenly has a clone in it, and he's talking to the president. It just starts happening, and then we're like, yeah, that's just the world of Red Hot Parents. But then you go back, and he was just the kid in class that got Ace.